What I thought might be interesting was really to pick up on a word that I think Paul talked about, which is around a journey. And we've had a journey as a business, basically trying to make sense of the internet. You know, the internet's the ultimate turbulent environment, and we've been wrestling it with 12 years now to try and make sense of it for us, allow companies to make the most of the opportunity, and I guess at some point make some money as well. So basically what I've done is I've dropped a couple of slides just to talk about that journey as a theme, but also maybe to talk about if you want to make some money out of the internet, if you want to use the internet to sell stuff, then this is a model that you can follow. One thing I did was I just dropped a screen grab from our website, because one of the key things about this journey is it's been quite fast, and it's been 1 million miles an hour, and quite often, you know, we've not stopped to see what is it that we do, you know, and we often turn up late, and we often don't have the presentation, because what we've done is we've built a business for change. And the key thing for us about working in digital is you've got to change. You've got to resist the temptation to commoditize what you do, to put some process around it, to make it scalable. All the things that proper businesses do, you've got to resist that temptation. And at the same time, you've got to be smart and quick and agile. One of the things that some people know about Summit, but it always sticks, is the fact that we started off life in a prison, and we actually released a record from the prison. And the thing that kind of that was 12, 14 years ago, the thing that kind of carries through, one is the name. So Summit comes from the gangs in Manchester getting together in strange ways and actually releasing a dance record, and it was called the Summit. So we got the name. The other thing that we got was a real belief that people can do anything. So from a prison, you couldn't release a record, Radio 1 couldn't come and do a broadcast from there, but actually they did come. And then well, not me, but Hadley got invited. He got a call from a governor from a prison in Yorkshire, who said, actually, I don't like the music. It was a kind of dance track, but I really like what you do. And can you come across and do something with our guys? So he went across, released, did some kind of charity projects, some community projects, and for one of them, did a website. And basically got a copy of Dreamweaver 2, pushed the sound equipment down to one end of the room, and got a computer. And really, this is where Summit Media started as a digital agency, whatever a digital agency was. 12 years later, we've got some numbers. We're 120 people now. We do about 40 million turnover. And also, we started talking about this, EBITDA. So I know a lot of people are talking about investment, but for us, up to 2 years ago, you know, it was a Welsh village somewhere. We just didn't know what it was, because we grew the business for 10 years organically. And actually, the numbers and the management accounts and everything else didn't drive us. You know, the innovation and I guess the desire just to be better than what we were the previous day. The other thing is that we've never had any salespeople. All the money and the effort and everything we'd normally go into a sales team and producing flyers and business cards and things like that, we put into being good at what we did and what we do. And that comes across. So that's been a key thing for us. This is a pretty ropey diagram that was drawn almost literally on the back of a fag packet 12 years ago. And the idea here was, well, if you wanted to sell stuff online, what did you need to do? You needed to know what you wanted to do. In the middle, you needed to know what everybody else was doing. And you also needed to have some plan about, once people come to the website, that they were going to do what you wanted them to do. The next thing is you needed was a website for them to come to. And the key thing, and this is where we started, was you needed activities to drive people into the site. And this started off as the 7 pillars of online marketing. But 12 years ago, you know, there was no online marketing. We were in forums learning how to do SEO, inventing a product called Summit Sleuth, which basically tried to work out what the hell was going on and get people to give you a couple of days worth of money for it. But over time, a number of things happened. The first thing is that these activities became broader. SEO, PPC was launched. So I remember when Google opened the first office outside the US, and it was 3 people, and you couldn't get a meeting space. You had to go to the cafe next door. And I think now we do nearly £30 million a year worth of PPC with them, you know, barely in their top 10. So it all got broader. It's also got deeper as well. So again, back to AdWords, 500 changes in AdWords in a year. So how do you respond to that as a business? And also, how do you make sense of that for your clients? What we also then realized that once you were good at all this, it wasn't good enough to stay up all night and be in Excel working hard. You needed scale. We worked with Play.com, who had 20 million products. Well, what do you do with them? So the answer was we build technology. So we sent somebody out to Prague to get a partner, realized that they were really driving their business, not us. We were driving their business, not them, us. So we decided to scale a team up, build a PHP platform. Then the bigger clients wanted something more robust, so we had 50 .NET developers, and we realized, well, you only ever need 40 or 60. So that was quite expensive. And even when you've got the right number, they're never quite doing what you want them to do. So we took another tack, and now we work with Magento, which is an open source platform. What else did we realize? We realized that once we got a hold of the data, that we weren't clever enough to do anything with it, basically. And even though we could do some pivot tables and we were into Excel, we didn't know. So we, instead of trying to hire somebody, we did a partnership with Durham University on a KTP. And now the head of stats works in our business 2 days a week, and we're basically building out that insight team. So again, it's been about the journey. Get somewhere, don't commoditize and be a PPC agency, own everything that you do. Once you can do that well, build technology. Once you can do that, basically just try and be better for the clients. The next thing was really around trying to make some sense of it all. So by now, we're saying we're experts. It's too broad, it's too deep. We're doing not only marketing, we're doing technology, we're doing everything else. So we decided that actually we needed an axis to spin the business. And that axis for us was retail. And the reason why it was retail is because it seemed to be harder work than everything else. So we thought we fancied our chances in there to make a difference. And to try and make sense of it, we basically put this model together that says, if you're a multi-channel retailer, so back to this idea about how do you make money across different channels, well, you make money by understanding the customer journey, and then basically giving a marketing message not in silos, but across that journey. And this is our model that we developed for a retailer that says, do channels. So as new things come along, like social media or performance display, just do that. Join them up, get data, understand what customers are doing. Then the next thing, the key thing, is really integrate with the rest of the business. What we found was that there was a point when the PPC bill got to a certain amount and somebody else had to sign it off. And then you had the next 4 months of trying to improve incrementality, and the business goes down. So it's really understand that what we do, it's not in a silo, it's actually, it's in a business context. And I think you can get too much into, this is what I do, into my match types and my fine detail, and forget that actually it's just about selling stuff for retailers. These are the people that we work with now, and all these people are working essentially to this model. And the key thing is around the multi-channel space. So we've got Argos doing £3 billion to the website, and their competitor isn't John Lewis now, it's Amazon. And to a traditional multi-channel retailer, that's a really difficult thing. And turning the oil tanker has been quite tough. One of the questions I got asked last night was, well, what do you do? What can we provide? We provide 3 things. Basically, we provide some retail consulting. So if you want to sell stuff, we'll make sense of where you are now and give you a plan. We can do online marketing, so we can drive the people in to basically buy the stuff that you want to do. And if you need to, we can build the technology as well. And the key thing is that we can join it all up. So I think I also got a chance to ask for things as well. So what do we want? Great clients really help. Quite often there's 10 reasons why not to do something, 10 reasons to justify what you are doing. So great clients are basically a prerequisite. Cool technology as well. That's good. People expect it. It's supposed to be a differentiator, but I think if you can get that to not be the tail that wags the dog, but to be truly useful, then that's the key thing. But the really, really, really key thing is around the best people. And I think we had to change our job titles around recently because clients were complaining that they didn't know what anybody did because we never really bothered with stuff like that. So we all got new job titles, and then what I realized that really my job title in terms of running the business was around people. And every time we've done something that's been really good, it's because we've had new people into the business, or the existing people are doing new things. Every time we've failed or not been able to take an opportunity, it's really been about not having the people. But in terms of why am I here today, to share a little bit of this, but also to, you know, cast the net and hopefully meet some people.
Right.
That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.